And then on the digital marketing side, we have a website design department as well as our digital marketing services team. We mainly offer search engine optimization, pay-per-click advertising, social media, and email marketing services. So those are really the 4 channels that we are experts on to really drive our clients' online revenue. So with that introduction, I want to go ahead and kind of tackle what it is that we're here to discuss today, which is pay-per-click advertising. So for those of you that don't know what pay-per-click advertising is, Google AdWords was launched in October 2000. The online advertising platform allows you to buy exposure to drive traffic to your business's website. So the 2 most popular pay-per-click advertising platforms that are out there include Google AdWords, which offers you the ability to get paid search exposure in Google, and then Bing Ads that allows advertisers to receive exposure in Yahoo and Bing. So definitely an advantage with Bing Ads. Although it's a smaller fish, it does allow you to get exposure in 2 search engines as opposed to just 1. So where do you see these ads display? Typically, you'll find PPC ads located at the top and along the side of the search results. So I've highlighted them, those 2 sections there in green. And in fact, you control what your ads say and where they display on the page. So you can choose to have your ads display in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th position. Typically, we like to bid between the 1st and 2nd position, which means the ads will be placed most of the time at the top of the page. The results that do not have that yellow tag located to the left indicate the organic search results. So for those of you that are unaware, in order to get a strong presence in that organic search results section, you can go ahead and implement and conduct search engine optimization, otherwise known as SEO. So how does it work? Essentially, advertisers bid for placement in the search engine sponsored link section. So when somebody searches for a keyword that the business is bidding on, the ad displays. And then every time the business's ad is clicked, which is sending a visitor to your website, the business then pays a competitive fee to the search engine. So whether you're advertising on Google AdWords, that would be paying Google. And then if you're advertising through Bing Ads, you would essentially be paying Bing or Yahoo, depending on where that click came from. For those of you that are unaware, the competitive fee is based on how many other businesses are bidding on that same term. So the more businesses that are bidding on that term, typically the cost will go up. And something to note and something to really take into account is that you're not getting charged for just when your ad displays. You're only getting charged for when that searcher clicks on the ad and they're being directed to your website. PPC advertising is super popular and very powerful because essentially you are able to cater a specific message and target an audience. And so for our clients, we're able to reach potential customers that are searching for a hotel or a bed and breakfast located in a particular area. And then, therefore, we're driving relevant traffic to their site so that hopefully that user will then make an online reservation to make them money. So why should you use it? One of the main advantages is that you're able to gain immediate search engine visibility. So although you have to pay for that exposure, it is positive because you are able to get immediate exposure and able to get some clear awareness in the search engines. And that's super powerful because most searchers, when they're looking for travel arrangements, are going to go ahead and start that by looking up various queries in the search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing. You're able to obtain prominent positioning within the search results. So what I mean by that is not only can your business gain immediate exposure, but then you can go ahead and have control over where you are positioning. So if you want to be placed at the very top, you have complete control and the opportunity to do so. You're able to capture new visitors. So PPC advertising is definitely a great opportunity for you to reach new people and to introduce your brand to new visitors who may not have heard of you before. And then most importantly, one of the biggest things that we like about it is that you're able to generate more revenue. So like I said, when you're sitting on those specific keyword phrases that you've done research on and that you really think that are relevant to what it is that you offer, you're then able to drive quality traffic to your website and therefore giving yourself the opportunity to generate more revenue through your website. So how do you get started? I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I definitely want to give an overview so you understand kind of the big steps that it takes in order to get that account up and running. So it is recommended to have somebody with experience do these things for you. So let's go ahead and get started with number one, which is select a platform. So that is going to be you deciding whether Google AdWords is a better fit or if you want to increase your exposure in Bing and Yahoo. So typically we recommend starting off with Google AdWords since Google owns such a large part of the market share and you are going to get a good bang for your buck. However, we do have clients who advertise with Bing ads in addition to Google AdWords to enhance their overall search engine presence. Number two, you're definitely going to want to conduct some thorough research to select and to determine what those keywords are that you're going to bid on. rezStream utilizes several tools to determine the keywords we want our clients to bid on. Some of those include Google's Keyword Planner. Even if you have access to your analytics, you can either determine what terms are driving quality traffic already, or maybe there's some new opportunities that you haven't necessarily thought of before. It's also important to focus on relevant keyword terms that will convert. So if you are looking at generating revenue, you want to be specific. You want not to necessarily go for those broader terms such as just hotel. You want to be specific in terms of where you're located and what type of property it is that you have. If you do just simply want to increase your brand's overall awareness, you can get a little bit more broad in your keyword targeting. However, just know that the broader terms that you go after, typically the more expensive those are going to be. The third thing you're going to want to do is establish a daily budget. So we like to utilize Google's Keyword Planner because it gives you an idea of what you're going to be paying for each of those keywords in terms of clicks. And then from there, we take a look at how much we really need to drive to our clients' websites. And then from there, present that daily and monthly budget. In those more competitive areas, you will want your daily budget to be much higher compared to a business located in a less competitive area. So being from Peoria, Illinois, it's fairly small. So if I wanted to bid on Peoria hotels, that's probably going to be much less expensive compared to San Francisco hotels. So just keep that in mind. And then obviously the more competitive your areas are, chances are you're going to want to have a larger budget to support those clicks. Fourth, definitely set up a well-organized account. So you want to make sure you take the time to really set the foundation and make sure that you have a well-structured account so that you really can optimize your account effectively after you get that launched. So one of the best practices that we recommend following is separating the brand terms from the non-branded terms. We do like to bid on properties' brand names. So, for example, we have a client, Metro Hotel, and located in San Francisco. So we like to separate Metro Hotel's branded terms from just those non-branded terms, such as San Francisco hotels. That way, you have more control over the budget, and you are able to optimize more effectively. Another best practice that we recommend following is not including more than 10 keywords per ad group. Again, all of this is just allowing you to get data very quickly and easily, and it takes less time for you to be able to see what are those potential opportunities that you have to optimize. All right, I'm so sorry about that. For whatever reason, I just got disconnected, so I do apologize, but thanks so much for sticking with me. So let's just go ahead and continue. Number 5 was create engaging ad copy. So you want to look at your competition, to do some keyword searches for the terms that you're bidding on and find out what it is that they're promoting and then try to do better. Utilize engaging and eye-catching keywords that will attract searchers. So really try to keep in mind that you have one opportunity to attract that searcher's click to your website. So you want to make sure that your ads are speaking to them. Make sure that your ads are unique based on those terms that you are bidding on. So a really good example is if you're bidding on pet-friendly hotel terms, you want to make sure that those ads speak to those pet-friendly travelers. So whether it's you offer a nice little bone for when the dog checks in, or you know, all your rooms offer nice bedding for your animals, that's definitely an opportunity versus if you are developing an ad for a wedding venue. If you're targeting San Francisco wedding venues, you obviously want to create copy that is going to be focused around what people are wanting when they are searching for those things. Number 6, select optimal pages to drive your visitors to. So most of the time you'll want to drive your visitors to your home page. However, if there is a more relevant page you can drive them to on your website, do it. So again, kind of going back to that weddings venue example, probably the homepage isn't going to be the most optimal in that situation. If you do have a wedding venues page, I would suggest selecting that one. And if you don't, definitely put that down as a to-do and develop a page that's going to be more relevant to those terms and the ads that you are developing and creating. Number 7, ensure proper tracking is in place. So you need to make sure that whatever tracking platform you're using, you do have the ability to measure visitors landing on the website. You want to have the option to take a look at what's working, what's not working, what are those visitors doing post-click, and ideally you would want to track revenue to the account level, campaign, ad group, and keyword level. Number 8, optimize for conversion. So this is kind of goes without saying, but something that you definitely want to do, which is optimize for those online reservations or forms or leads. So once your account is live, make a habit of analyzing how it's performing and optimize based off of those areas of opportunity. That can be either, you know, updating your keyword bids for better ad positioning, creating new ad copy because the current copy isn't attracting clicks, revising the locations that you're targeting to ensure that you are reaching the right people. So those are kind of the top 8 steps that you're going to want to take in order to get that account up and running. So let's go ahead and start talking about some of the really exciting features that I like. One is optimized for mobile. So in 2013, Google AdWords launched enhanced campaigns, and Google developed this new platform due to the increase in multi-device searches. So for those smartphone and tablet users specifically. And they made this big change because the previous legacy campaigns were just not optimal to target those new searchers. So one of the main advantages of this new platform was the ability to develop mobile ads to deliver specific copy and direct them to those mobile-friendly pages on your website. Therefore, we want to make sure that we're taking advantage of this feature, and so we recommend developing a mobile ad. All you have to do is go into the ads field and go ahead and click to create a new ad, and then you'll see the screen that I have on my screen, which is essentially the option of developing ads and then selecting that device preference. So that device preference is essentially allowing you to give that direct message to smartphone users. One thing that you want to be aware of is with the enhanced campaigns, if you are just developing new copy and you're not necessarily selecting that mobile preference, your ads could be shown to desktop, tablet, as well as smartphone users. So it's just another option and opportunity for you to have more control over what message you're giving to those different types of users. One thing that you want to take into account that we definitely look at is making sure that we're speaking to those smartphone users' intent. So if you don't offer a friendly mobile booking engine solution to make those online reservations super easy, you may want to encourage those searchers to call you directly. So just adjusting what we like to call a call to action to make it as easy as possible for them to take action, to get connected so that you can get that reservation. Number 2 is utilizing site links as an option through the ad extensions. So the site links ad extension shows links to specific pages on your website, and they're shown beneath the text of your ads. So I went ahead and highlighted that in green, as you can see on my screen, which is the cheap Denver hotels, 3-star Denver hotels, map of Denver hotels, and Denver freebies. So why is this a really neat feature? It helps potential customers get to where they're wanting to go quicker and easier. So essentially, if you were to click on the cheap Denver hotels link, chances are you're going to be brought to a website page that is outlining all the most affordable options here in Denver as it relates to hotels. So you can go into your AdWords account and you can add links when you are creating your campaign. So similar to a lot of things in AdWords, you have control over what the link says and what page you're directing potential guests to. So if you do offer a 35% off room rate and you have a special, we would recommend creating a site link, and then you can drive those visitors directly to that specials page, which is, again, just providing those users with a better experience. Another positive note is that utilizing these site links allows you to dominate more real estate in the paid search results. So again, that can just help in capturing that user's attention. So in order to do this, what you're going to want to do is log into your account and select the Ad Extensions tab. From there, click on the Site Links extension from the drop-down menu. Select the plus sign, which indicates that you want to add an extension, and then from there you want to fill out that entire field. So the link text is going to indicate what that is going to display to the searcher. The link URL is the URL that you're wanting to direct them to. The device preference is the ability for you to create a specific site link for those smartphone users. So anytime you have the option of layering those, we recommend doing so. The description is just an opportunity for you to give more information to the searcher as to what that page is about. So for this example, it's a 35% off room rate. So the description is just telling kind of the details surrounding that special. One thing you may need to be aware of is that you can't make this a sales copy. So if you're trying to encourage them to book now and to call this number, that site link will not be approved because Google AdWords does want you to just simply utilize this as an educational opportunity for those searchers. And then you have additional options in terms of when you want those to display. So again, if you have a special and you know that it's only running through the next month, you don't necessarily need to make yourself a manual reminder. You can utilize this start and end date feature and just indicate to Google AdWords when you want that site link to stop displaying. If you want the site links to only display for certain days or times, you can absolutely use that option as well. And then once you get to that point where you have everything filled out and you feel really good about it, go ahead and press that save button. So that is kind of the whole idea of site links and how you go about utilizing them. The third feature that I want to talk about is another example of an ad extension. So today I'm only talking about call ad extensions and site link ad extensions, but Google AdWords does offer other ad extensions which enables you to showcase reviews, also a phone number, location information. So take that into account, and if you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out to me after today's webinar. But number three, kind of going back, is utilizing the call ad extensions. So call extensions allows you to include a phone number in your standard text ad. So this is a great opportunity for you to get those conversions quicker and provide that better experience for those users because you can encourage them to click on a button and to have them get connected to you immediately. So you can see there that I've highlighted an ad, and this was from my smartphone. So this is really going to be for those mobile users. But they have the option to go ahead and click that call button, and then from there I would have been directed to the Denver Marriott. So really, really neat feature that we like to utilize, again, to just enhance and to get those conversions for our clients quicker. Now, as a reminder, Google Analytics does not track phone reservations. So although you would not be able to track how much revenue came from a particular person clicking on this button, it does allow you to get those calls quicker. And there are additional tracking measurements that AdWords allows you to see that we'll be discussing in a bit. Another positive thing, similar to the site links ad extensions that we just discussed, these clicks don't necessarily cost any more than just a regular click on your ad. So you're not spending any more than what you already are, which is super positive. So in order to go ahead and activate these, you're going to want to go back into that Ad Extensions tab, select to view call extensions, and then from there you can determine if you want to display the number at a campaign level or even an ad group level. And in the upper right-hand corner, go ahead and choose to select the call ad extensions, and then from there press that same red button. And then from there, you can go ahead and enter the property's number. And make sure that you select the Google forwarding phone number that I've highlighted right below there. That will allow you to track online conversions in terms of where the calls are coming from, as well as how long the calls lasted for in order to rate the quality of that lead. So you have the ability in the options panel in AdWords to specify if you want those calls to be counted as conversions if the call lasts more than 30 seconds, a minute and a half. You really have the complete opportunity to go ahead and control how those things are being measured. So we recommend going ahead and selecting a Google forwarding phone number. And what that means is that when that ad displays, similar to what you saw on that previous slide, it's not going to be your exact number. It's going to be a number that Google will just generate. And it's not going to cause any harm. It's just going to simply redirect to your actual number, which is why we're specifying your actual number in that first field. Another positive thing is, although mobile users are really going to be the only ones that have the opportunity to press a button and get connected from their screen, if the call ad extension displays on a desktop search and somebody decides instead of clicking through to that website to just immediately pick up the phone and dial that number, that will also be tracked. So you want to make sure that you're showing both your website URL and the phone number. We like to go ahead and select that just to give the potential customer both options so that they can really decide how they want to contact you. And similar to the site links, you have the scheduling and start and end dates option as well. Typically, we don't utilize that. However, it's there just for your knowledge. And then most importantly, in order to make sure you're getting all this data after selecting the Google forwarding phone number, you want to check to make sure that you're counting those calls as phone conversions. From there, go ahead and press that save button, and then you have your call ad extensions set up. Number 4 feature that I would like to talk about is just rotating ads evenly. So this is a super simple one, but we definitely underestimate its power. When you are setting up your campaign, you have the option here to have your ads rotate in a variety of ways, and you can see some of those options here on the screen. You can optimize for clicks, optimize for conversions, rotate indefinitely, and they kind of have those smaller descriptions located next to each of those. We like to have the most control over when the ads display and to really make sure that we're optimizing our clients' exposure throughout the entire day, regardless of the budget that they have. So we select to have the ads rotate evenly so we can get a better feel of what's performing well and what's not. If you don't utilize this feature, you could easily blow through your entire daily budget within just a few hours of each day. So if you only have $3 to $5 to have your ads rotate throughout the entire day, you want to make sure that you're really trying to space out those clicks and that exposure as opposed to just pushing that all into just a few hours of each day. So by utilizing the feature, you can go ahead and make proper changes to the ads. You can get a better idea of what's working, what's not. You can see when your conversions are occurring the most throughout the day, even during the week. And that way you can go ahead and enhance your account's performance by really showing targeted ads to those searchers. Number 5, leverage the keyword details report. So this is a report in AdWords that you won't have access to unless you have an AdWords account. So basically this report allows you to identify what keywords and what queries people are searching for that are triggering your pay-per-click ads. And so this report really allows you to identify new potential terms that you want to target so that you can add them to your account and start showing up for them. Or you can look for terms that you are showing up for that just aren't as relevant to your business, and then you can add that to your campaign as a negative keyword. Negative keywords, for those of you that don't know, will ensure that your ads don't show to people searching for those terms or visiting sites that contain those terms. So if you are not a pet-friendly hotel and you see people are searching for pet-friendly hotels in your account and it's costing you money, chances are those visitors are not going to convert, and it's not going to be a high-quality visitor that you're driving to your website. So that would be a really good opportunity to go ahead and add that pet-friendly term as a negative keyword. You can access the keyword report to kind of view what those terms are that you're showing up for by going to Campaign, and then you're going to go ahead and select that Keywords tab, and then it's going to be the Details tab, and then select the All. So you can see all 3 of those paths highlighted there on that screen. So here's a really good example of what you'll see after you run that report. It will highlight the term that you're showing up for. It will indicate if you've added that keyword or you haven't added that keyword. Also indicate where that campaign term came from, as well as ad group, and give you an idea of how many clicks you've received, where they're positioning, also how much it's costing you. And so for this example, if this particular client did not offer cabins at his property, this would be a really good opportunity for me to add this as a negative keyword. So after identifying that, you would go ahead and select the Keywords tab, select negative keywords, and then you can go ahead and simply select the campaign that relates to and add that as that negative keyword to the list and then press save. Make sure that your negative keywords do not overlap with your regular keywords, because that will cause your ad to not display. So you want to make sure that you are being strategic, you are being smart about it, and you want to definitely, anytime you're looking at data, try to take at least a few weeks to a month's worth of information before you start making changes to your account. So with that being said, that kind of wraps up all the features that I wanted to go over with as it relates to Google AdWords. So just to sum up some of the things that we talked about, one, you want to make sure that you're optimizing for those smartphone users by developing specific ad copy. Utilize site links as one of those ad extensions so that you can drive visitors to particular pages on your website so that they can make those buying decisions quicker and easier. Utilize click-to-call ad extensions so that you're giving those mobile users the opportunity to get connected to your property as soon as possible and to get those questions answered. Rotate those ads evenly so that you're not blowing through your budget within a few hours each day, and that you're really trying to maximize your exposure throughout the entire 24 hours. And lastly, leverage the keyword details report so that you can identify either really good opportunities for additional keyword targeting or opportunities for you to add to that negative keyword list to then drive better quality traffic to your website. And by doing all of those things, in addition to other optimizations, hopefully you will see some nice improvements in online reservations coming through from that AdWords platform. So if you have any questions regarding this information, please feel free to give me a call, or you can contact me directly through my email. Please get connected to us on social media. We do push monthly blogs as well as post regularly on all our social media networks, and definitely feel free to join us again for our upcoming webinar. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and let you guys all go. Thanks again for taking your time to join me today, and I hope you all have a wonderful week. Thanks.